Hello, peoples. Good evening, good afternoon. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Hope your health and strength is good or excellent. What? What's up, gamers? Alright. I know you guys were like, what? He hasn't talked about this yet? I was getting there, you know. Anyway, what I got here for you guys. We talking about this Activision situation. Well, Activision could pull out of UK in order to merge with Microsoft. Well, they do have the power to do so, you know. They really do. You know, you don't spend 68.7 billion for nothing, you know. That comes with a lot of power and say so, and but the good thing about this Activision Blizzard deal is not just Microsoft. You know, you got countries behind this. It's one thing if it was just Microsoft by themselves, but when you got countries, that is showing you how important this deal is. So, Microsoft is trying to work with everybody. So they gave out remedies. You got countries behind them now, and they're getting support for this. So this is not just all about Microsoft. Countries with people that have governments are involved in this. So yeah, they do have the power to close the deal. You know, they're not just sitting there like chopped liver. You know. But anyway, listen to this. It says here, Activision could pull out of the UK in order to merge with Microsoft. And Activision and Microsoft are considering dramatic solution in order to merge, including having Activision completely pull its operation out of the UK. Says here, Microsoft and Activision may be ready to take drastic measures in order to merge and become one of the biggest powerhouses in video game history. Says here, Microsoft is currently looking at ways to carry on with its 68.7 billion Activision merger without the United Kingdom approval. The mitigation merger was blocked by the UK Competition and Market Authority, and with the merger July 24 deadline fast approaching, it's possible that Microsoft and Activision could close over and proceed with the merger despite the CMA block. Says here, there are already plans underway to close the deal in the United States despite the FTC current administrative lawsuit. The FTC would need an injunction from a federal court in order to get the merger blocked, and this could be a challenging as the merger has already been approved in the European Union for similar reasons as the FTC anti-competitive objection. Says here, one potential path forward would be to have Activision remove its video game operation from the United Kingdom and instead sell its game content and service through a distributor in the country. Data indicates that Activision Blizzard King generates around 828 million in revenue from the United Kingdom in 2022, and it is unknown how much of the company total earnings would be affected with this potential indirect business arrangement. Activision would have to make this kind of deal itself and would need to be prepared for any potential revenue hit and policy change throughout its business. Bloomberg reports that Microsoft President Brad Smith planned to meet with the UK regulators at the Competition and Market Authority, CMA, to discuss the merger, while in the UK, Smith is also expected to visit Treasury Head Chancellor Jeremy Hunt to discuss the deal. Then it says here, as per Reuters, UK Chancellor Hunt had previously spoken about the merger in a conference. One of the reasons that companies like Microsoft and Google want to invest in the UK is because we have independent regulators that aren't controlled by politicians. I would not want to undermine that at all, but I do think it's important all our regulators understand their their wider responsibilities for economic growth. Says here the report of these dramatic actions comes shortly after Microsoft President Brad Smith asserted that the company was working to find solution with regulators in order to get the merger passed. In a recent interview with CNN First Move Julia Chatterley, Microsoft President Brad Smith said, fundamentally, we have an acquisition that will bring more competition and more access to games to consumers on a global basis. That's why we know that's why we now have approval from almost 40 countries with more than 2 billion people for this to proceed. There are some regulators that have expressed concerns, and we get it. We want to address those concerns. I am encouraged that we were able to have solutions for the European Union that let the acquisition go forward with guardrails to ensure that everyone get access to these games for all kind of cloud game streaming service and not Microsoft alone. Yeah, it says, now obviously we have not yet succeeded in addressing every concern of every regulator, but at the end of the day you have to decide, do you want to find a solution to every problem, or do you want to find a problem with every solution? We are focused on finding a solution to every problem because I believe solutions are there. You can count on us to want to be creative, to want to be constructive, and frankly, to be determined to keep working to find a solution that will get good out of this and then make those benefits available to everyone. And that is the end of the article. What's up, Twigtown? Alright, so there you have it. Microsoft is trying to work with everyone. You know, it was one thing if it was Microsoft alone doing this deal, but when you got the shareholders, that's one, and you got the employees behind it, that's two. You had 4 countries when this thing started: Serbia, Chile, Saudi Arabia, Brazil. That was the 4. But now you add Mexico, you add South Korea, China, Japan, the Ukraine, South Africa, and then you're giving out 10-year contracts to what? Let's see, Enware, EE, Ubitus, Boosteroid, Nvidia, and of course Nintendo. Seems like a winning solution, you know. So this is not just about Microsoft alone. Countries are involved in this. Countries with governments who have lawyers who understand business. Yeah, they're involved in all this. So Microsoft is really trying to work with everybody, you know. Like I said, the CMA, the European Union passed the deal, but the CMA now has blocked the deal. But the European Union could call the CMA out and ask them, like, why, you know. And they got to give us a solid, concrete answer. They can't be making up stuff, you know. So yeah. Then you got the FTC. So now, if you got the European Commission supporting them, they're gonna have a tough fight on their hand. And then trying to get a block of when you got the European Commission agreeing on this, which is a government, by the way. And then you try to remove Nintendo from the equation, but Nintendo got a big Call of Duty fan base. So yeah, you got some the FTC, CMA to me still got some explanation to do, but other than that, Microsoft is trying to work with everyone, you know. work with everyone. And yeah. And a couple days ago I did an article talking about Comcast. So you get like Phil Spencer said, Sony and Nintendo is not our competitors. Okay, Game Pass is up. You look down that road, so who the competitors were? And Activision Blizzard was up for grab. The moment Facebook name got mentioned in this whole situation, Microsoft swooped in like a bunch of eagles. Yeah. Like they say on Black Ops 4, first come, first serve. Hey, beat everybody to it, so yeah. This market is competitive. Competition is what drives the video game market, so hey. But Microsoft is trying to work with, everybody, It's not just about them, It's about the video game industry as a whole, So people need to ask themselves, okay, if Tencent would have bought Activision Blizzard, would the CMA block the deal? If Google bought Activision Blizzard, would the CMA block the deal? If Amazon bought Activision, would the CMA block the deal? Would the CMA block the deal? So lots to think about, man. But this is a video game industry we're talking about here, So cloud gaming is the name of the game, and yeah, cloud service providers, they have lawyers. They probably read the contracts. They didn't just sign on the dotted line. No, they got lawyers that understand this stuff, So knowing what they're getting into. So yeah, the CMA, yeah, United Kingdom, yeah, maybe they need to change their tune. Only time will tell, So we'll see. But Microsoft is trying to work with everyone, when it's all said and done, And yeah, Google could have gotten a 10-year contract from Microsoft. So is Amazon. So is Google with their Stadia. If they would have, Amazon, yeah, and even Sony, So yeah. So Microsoft is trying to work with everyone, And the thing is, you got lawyers on all sides of the fence. It's not just like Microsoft trying to snake everybody out of the deal or anything. There's lawyers on all sides of the fence. So we'll see. You're like, okay, why did the CMA block the deal again? What's the ulterior motive? So what, did you block the deal because of Sony, or they might lose power, control, dominion over the lead that they have? What's the real reason why you blocked the deal? Yeah. So a lot of questions to be answered when it's all said and done, And that's the CMA. The FTC, on the other hand, yeah, they got some explanation to do too, Because a big mistake you made was when you try to remove Nintendo. Nintendo has a Call of Duty fan base, and like I've said before, and I'm gonna say it again, the Switch should have never been built. Anyway, because of if you see now Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 2 runs on the Wii U, then hey. But other than that, man, Microsoft is working with everyone, there's lawyers on all sides of the fence. Boosteroid got lawyers, Ubitus, EE, Enware, they all got lawyers, man. There's lawyers all over the place on this, and they're reading the fine print, checking everything, So yeah, so and then you got the higher courts to deal with if something goes awry or something is wrong, or someone try to shortchange someone out of something, So yeah. But other than that, man, Microsoft was right for this. I think they just beat everybody to the punch. People saw a problem happening and didn't take it that serious. Activision Blizzard having issues all over the place. Okay, it's a problem. Okay, who's gonna step up to the plate and get and assist Activision Blizzard? Is it Sony? Is it Nintendo? They didn't do anything. Microsoft is like, okay, we'll take care of it. But then Microsoft looked and said, oh, there's Amazon, there's Google, there's Tencent, and Comcast. We got to get this. Done. So yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out of this, though. But you know, I mean, the good thing about this, there's lawyers all over the place in different countries about this whole situation. You know. So yeah. The United Kingdom probably need to revisit this. Probably think this through. You know, they have time to do it, so we'll see. We'll see what the CMA do. You know, will they change their tune, or we'll see. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris for the Star Wars and Star Trek thing for Dark Section.